Today is a club assembly, so we don't have a speaker. Couple things I want to accomplish with this. The first is we have to do, and that's a revision to the bylaws. Rich Ungaro is going to tell you why and how we do this.
Over the last couple of years, we've had an issue with bylaws being so restrictive. Just for your information, this year, we only had, with our existing bylaws, we only had 2 people in the club that were qualified to be president-elect, only 2, and neither one of them were interested. So we had a board meeting this month, and we presented to the board what I'm going to now present to you. The board unanimously approved these changes, but it has to be approved by the general membership. We have a quorum today, so we're good with that. We presented 3 changes that the board approved. First of all, we revised Article 5, Section 2, and changes the candidate's eligibility from 5 years to 3 years, from 4 years, to change it to 3 years. So you have to be a member of the club for 3 years now instead of 4. That was the first change. The second change is really the requirement that you had to be a club secretary, a treasurer, a sergeant at arms, because those positions, quite frankly, don't rotate. So we're just, every year, there's less and less people that are qualified. So we removed that requirement. And the third requirement was we changed that they had to be a board member for 1 year as opposed to 5 years. When we did that, we went from the people who were eligible, 33 people eligible. So anyway, I asked my motion for changing the bylaws, seconded by Chris. And all in favor, please show aye. Anybody opposed? Okay, we're good. Thank you.
Carries. Awesome. Well, thank you. That'll make that a lot easier. We have formed officially a nominating committee, and we'll get to work on that to make sure that we meet all the requirements to have a board of directors for next year, and we're very, very excited about that. But I do want to bring Jason up. Jason's going to talk about where the club stands from a financial basis. And he's our treasurer. So Jason?
I'm just going to go through what makes up our budget. I can't see that one, so I'll see this one. On your right are the totals of the main categories. On the left are the categories, and each one of those categories are more details of what make up the number. But we have our membership dues, which is what our budget is based off of every year. If we don't meet our new member goal, well, we won't stay within budget. And we have our lunch expense, our other income, which is bank interest. Our cost of goods sold is paying the caterer and the church, and our RI dues, our meeting expenses, our office and banking. You can see all the others there, but we have a income of I can look here. Income of 138. 66 of that is a net income. Our expenses are 63,000. We hope to end the year with 2,992. So there's not much room to go out of budget, which means we need 3 new members every other month. If we don't get those 3 new members, we don't stay within budget. And we make a budget depending on those 3 new members every other month. We have not hit that. So please don't let me be a treasurer that doesn't hit budget. Bring in new members. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks. And bringing new members is really nothing more than just asking people to come. Let the club be the club. I mean, we've got a couple of visitors here today, and thank you, Ruby, for bringing them. We appreciate you being here, and hopefully you'll see what we do and want to join the club, because this club does so much for the community, and Rotary does so much worldwide. Yes, we need to grow. We've asked to have 10 visitors a week. We've hit it a couple of weeks, but we really want to hit that consistently. So we can grow this club and grow with some younger folks that can carry this club on and be leaders down the road. So continue to ask people to come. I wear on my jacket my president pin, but oftentimes I'll have one of these other theme pins on there. You'd be amazed at how many people will stop you and talk about Rotary. That I think it's great. I see a lot of Rotary shirts in the room today. Same thing happens when I wear my Rotary shirt. People will stop and talk and tell their stories about Rotary and what it's meant to them. So, you know, feel free to invite those people to the club when you're wearing that pin, when you're wearing your shirt, talk to your friends, because we really need to grow the club. I kicked off this year with my own personal theme. The theme for Rotary is the magic of Rotary, but my personal theme was more better. If you remember that, we need to do more better in the club. We need more people, and we need to do the things that we've already agreed to better. Whether it's the food drive, whether it's the angel tree gifts for the children that's coming out, whether it's the bell ringing. There's a lot of things that are coming up right around the corner that we need participation in. And we need all of you to prayerfully consider, you know, stepping up and volunteering for these things. The first one that comes to mind is coming up October 24th. We've got a field trip. Other than that, the 3 locations for that field trip on the 24th are the Orlando Regional Medical Center, Trauma Center, the Convention Center, and then also the Orange County Emergency Management Facility. So they're great locations, they're great ways to get behind the scenes and see how the city works and how these major institutions in the city work. But we need you to sign up so that we can plan accordingly. We can get the meals ordered. We can do all of that. Tammy is here today. If you want to stop by and sign up on Sign Up Genius, she can help you through that and get you there. A couple other things coming up. You heard me mention Angel Tree. That's right around the corner. For those of you who don't know or have forgotten, Angel Tree is where we go to the schools and we buy toys for the kids and we take them to the kids. Last year, I believe we did 75 sets of toys for kids, which is fantastic. This year, of course, the need is greater and they're hoping to get to 80. Now, if I do the math, and there's 80 of us in the club-ish, that's 1 toy a piece. Can we agree to step up and do that? Yes? Awesome. I didn't see every hand, but a lot of hands went up. Okay, so you're going to get more information on that. The bell ringing is going to be right around the corner. Just to show, last night I called Ruby to check in on her. I'll do that from time to time, randomly call people. And we had a great conversation and she said she wants to step up and do more. And I said, well, actually, we have a bell ringing situation where we need somebody to coordinate the bell ringing. So you're going to be hearing from Ruby about coordinating for bell ringing. She has agreed to step up and help out. So we're very, very excited about that. But if we're going to be the club that we can be, we pride ourselves on the trailer. That's awesome. But that trailer's in Big Bend. That trailer's going to Western North Carolina, which is fantastic. But there's needs right here in the community that we need to be helping out with, and we need to be stepping up and doing. I know all of you have a heart of service. That's why you're here. Rotary has that beautiful combination of a social membership club that does service. So we can come together and talk about the service we're doing, which is fantastic. But I think we can do more, and I think we can do it better. Do you all agree? Yes? Can I get a show of hands? Yes? Awesome. So can I get an amen from Ken Chapman in the back of the room? Amen. Awesome. Because we have some other things coming up. Horsetails. Eddie needs help on horsetails. That's something else. For those of you who don't know, we take kids to the sheriff's stables, and they get to see the horses, and it's a really, really cool event. So we got a lot of things. Ruby and I were chatting about, other ideas that you have. Just because we're not doing it doesn't mean we can't do it, or we shouldn't do it. If you've got an idea like Jason had with the trailer, with talking with Ken, if you've got an idea like Ruby's had, and it's Emily Armstrong wants to do the business with Rotarians sessions every 3rd Thursday here in the club. Those are great ideas. We would love to entertain them. We just want to make sure we have people that can do it. We want to make sure that we can do what we do better, and not just a little better, more better. So one of those ideas that came up is a fundraiser. that Bill Pieper wants to talk about, and I think it's fantastic. Last year, we were able to raise some money with a golf tournament, and yes, we're doing a golf tournament again this year. But Bill had a great idea that we can combine a social activity with a fundraiser as well. And you've heard about it. In fact, that's why David Rose is dressed in his attire today. David, you want to stand up and share that? Because it's a country event. Bill.
And thank you. Bill has said so many things today about how great this club is. But the thing that makes this club great is because people get engaged and work together to make things happen. I need your help in making things happen. The project is bringing in a couple of world famous country music songwriters from Nashville. Now you may see on the surface, what the heck is that? How's that going to do anything? Let me just tell you, first of all, around the full disclosure, my son produces this particular event right across the street in Judson's, Dr. Phillips Center. He sells out 3 shows in 10 minutes. Buddy Dyer is a regular patron of these events. This is high quality stuff. These are the songwriters who write the music for the Tim McGraws of the world. There are tremendous shows, and I have worked with him to have him produce a show for us as a fundraiser. The only way it'll be a fundraiser is if I get the support of all of you out there. We are budgeted to make between $10,000 and $11,000 for this club, which, as you know, that's the money that allows us to brag about how great Rotary is. If we don't get the money, we can't brag. So we really need your help to generate, believe it or not, we have to generate $10,000 in sponsorships. If we do that, every ticket we sell at the door is pure profit, and that is budgeted for, as I said, between $10,000 and $11,000. The event will be January 31 at the Fraternal Order of Police Lodge on Hansel Avenue in Edgewood. It will be a really good event, as I said. They sell, the reputation for this thing is great. They sell out in 2 minutes. Sandra Woodall isn't here. Sandra's been to 2 of these events, and I think if you want to check out the quality of the event, you should talk to Sandra, and you will find that we're talking about a real quality event that will be a great public image thing for our club. 2, it would be a great fundraiser, and it'd be a great entertainment social activity for members of our club and other Rotarians and the general public. We've gotten a commitment from the FOP Lodge that they're going to send information on this event to 6,000 of their lodge members. I don't think we're going to have a problem selling out. We're going to have a problem getting the sponsorship monies to make it happen. We, believe it or not, we are halfway there, and most of you don't know this event's even been in the planning stages. So we need help getting about $6,000 more in sponsorships. I have, in case you're interested, the sponsorship package ready to put in your hands so you can put it in the hands of your colleague, friend, etc. We have a draft promotional flyer ready to go. And we have a promotional piece that will benefit each of the sponsors at the activity. So my ask is that if you personally or from a corporate standpoint don't feel you can participate in sponsorship, those of you who are active in the business community certainly know people who may be interested in this event. The sponsorship package is incredibly strong. By the way, I failed to mention Orlando Health is the title sponsor for this program. They are already in, signed, sealed, and delivered. So we're on our way to a great event. I just need your help. We got to raise $6 grand, and I'm hoping that there are enough people in here who can talk to people. The sponsorship package we're asking for is $1,500. It's not going to break anybody's bank. So I hope you will participate. I have copies of the flyers and the sponsorship package over here. If you'll see me, I really appreciate your support on this because I think it'll be a great fundraiser, a great social event, a great public image event, and put money in the bank so we continue to brag about how great this club is. Thank you.
Thanks, Bill. That's awesome. As you know, the money that we raise, all of the money that we raise at events like that, goes out to the foundation. So I want to bring up, Dave Rose. Sandra is in Vermont today, or New Hampshire. I can't remember which. Couldn't make it, but David's gonna talk a moment or two on the foundation. Then Denny, did you have a question or? Dates of it's January 1st, 31, excuse me, January 31 is the date for the country event. And I think David might even fill us in a little more.
Yes, they've already explained to you why I'm wearing this. I was born a middle-class hillbilly, which had me a little bit confused Tuesday night, but I'm over it. But the reason I'm wearing this outfit is to help promote the event coming up January 31st. It's going to be a great event. And the reason I am so interested in it is that for some reason I happen to be president-elect of the Rotary Club of Orlando Foundation, and we can't do anything if you all don't raise the money. It's just that simple. So I want to tell you a little bit about what is Sandra's in Vermont. So I get to tell you a little bit about what's going on in the foundation right now. We, of course, have talked tremendously about the great efforts they made last year. So we got some great shoes to fill this year. I don't think we're going to even reach quite that high. But our ongoing projects, which John Stein pushes, and please support everything that when John asks you to do something, just do it. It's easier than not doing it. And we've got the Valencia scholarships that we do every year. We've got the Scholastic Book Fair, which I understand is coming up, that we do. We support 8 food lockers at Title I schools. And we've got the African schools, which I actually haven't heard much about since I joined the club. I knew about before I joined the club. But anyway, we've got all of that going on within the foundation. Right now, we are also looking at updating some of our policies, specifically our investment policy and our giving policy. The investment policy committee met last week, and we're moving forward with that. And we're also looking at updating our giving policy. No big changes. We're just looking at getting things down on paper and filed into a notebook where we know where it is. That's basically what we're doing. We're not looking to make any big changes, but we do plan on running those policies by you, the entire membership of the club, before they're voted on by the board of directors, which gets me to the point that if you are a member of this club and have not specifically opted out, you are a member of the Rotary Club of Orlando Foundation. And as I was preparing these comments for today, it occurred to me that to make that point, it might be a good idea if when we install new members, we add a second short installation to the Rotary Club of Orlando Foundation, just to get everybody in that mindset. It happens automatically, but that's just a crazy thought that came to me as I was making notes for this. I think that's all I've got. But yes, get those 4 sponsors that Bill needs for the music event, and that's going to be a lot of fun and raise some money that we can continue to do good work with. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. I've got us coming up on time, but we do have a couple of minutes. I was very serious when I said that we're here to listen as well, and I'll be around afterwards if you want to catch me after. But if you have any comments or anything you'd like to bring up or say or discuss, now's your time.
I know we had about 10 individuals, I think we sponsored for a vocational and training and trades as opposed to going to Valencia. These folks got, I wouldn't call it scholarships, I guess, but
Yeah, you just put it close to you. That's all. That's right. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you know what I'm referring to? It's a foundation thing, but are we still doing that? I think that was very worthwhile.
There's currently no active program that I am aware of in the foundation for that, but let me look at that history because I'm not, yeah, I think that's something we should seriously look at, yes.
Yeah, if you didn't hear, they were asking if there was still a vocational program set up for scholarships through Valencia. It's not a vocational in particular. They're still still been doing the scholarship program, but it is not necessarily limited to vocational training. No other comments? We're all good? All right, then let's stand for the four-way test. Of the things we think, say, or do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?